Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Old School WWF here with you, and I just wanted to say thank you once again. Take a look at the sub count. We started at about 475 subs when 2K18 released. We're almost at 700, and that's because of you guys. I don't do any promoting of this channel whatsoever. It is all word of mouth, and I know the fact that it's jumping up the way it is because you guys must be telling people about it, and I tell you right now, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We've had a blast doing these live feeds. It's been fun watching the commentary going on in the background. Some old memories of great wrestling matches of the old days, things like that. Earlier today's feed, we had some chat going on, and I'll do a little tweaking here while I'm talking to you. And the subject came up about Twitch. Somebody asked me if I do Twitch as well as YouTube, and the answer is no, I don't. But it's something I've been thinking about lately, and I'm going to presume most of you are familiar with this, but if you're not, bear with me for a moment while I explain. YouTube has taken a huge backlash right now by the community of creators, because they've come up with a whole bunch of new things where people who aren't superstars are not going to get to monetize their videos. Blaze, what's up, man? Yo, yo. So somebody with my account, for example, because I have under 1,000 subs, I couldn't monetize. Now, it doesn't affect me at all because I don't monetize my videos, never have. I have no intention of doing it. But for those that do, I think it's pretty cheesy that all of a sudden they're doing what they're doing to these guys. You know, some people just don't have the wherewithal for the technology to put together a really well-polished, produced channel like guys and girls that have been doing this kind of stuff for a long time or have a very strong fan following, which with monetization can make it very affordable. And because of that, Twitch has also decided to up their game, and they're making some changes to what you can do with Twitch. Now, I haven't explored a lot of that because, again, I don't really do Twitch. I am aware of it. I've seen it. I watch other people do stuff on Twitch. But I can tell you that there's not a point in time where I will completely leave the YouTube channel. It's been there for me for too long, and I know the fact is that the majority of my subs, well, all of my subs, I don't have a Twitch channel. They're based on the stuff that I've done here. Now, I've had 3 YouTube channels. First one was squashed by YouTube, and that's going way back. And they were a lot more cantankerous, for a lack of a better word, when it came to copyright infringements. And back then, when I was doing my original run, it was an invasion angle with TNA invading the WWE, or WWF back then. And that was right at the height of the Attitude Era, if I'm not mistaken. It was definitely in that ballpark. I can't remember if they'd already won the Monday Night War. But anyway. Yeah, I knew something was wrong with this, and it just hit me when I was looking at the figure on my shelf. So we're going to go ahead and tweak this up a little bit. Come here first. That just guarantees the color will still be in my palette. There we go. So yeah, anyway, we were talking about that a little bit today during the stream, and I wanted to let people know I've been thinking about other options of diversifying the channel. I'm still not sure what that would really look like exactly, but at some point in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if I start moving to use Twitch and to incorporate Twitch. Maybe have one promotion on Twitch and one promotion over here and something like that. Again, I haven't quite figured it all out yet. I can tell you what, my main problem with Twitch has been the reason I've never explored it as an option, and that is the fact that once you've done your work on Twitch, which is all live stream, which is not bad because that's what I'm doing now, but it only saves it for a finite period of time, and after that it's just gone. And especially when you're doing the kind of stuff I'm doing, where it is story based and people might be joining the channel later, they can go back and catch up on things that we've done in the past and kind of be up to speed. Oop, wrong button. Whereas with Twitch, they would not be able to do that. But that is one of the things it sounds like, until I do a little more investigating, and it sounds like that is one of the things they've been working on. And if that's the case, then it's something I'd at least be open to looking into. And I just didn't want that to be taken out of context. I'm not leaving YouTube, but I'm always open to other suggestions that can continue to grow the channel and bring more people into it. Yes, I saw the Raw 25 anniversary, and no, I did not like it much. I probably would have liked it a lot less if I'd paid like $800 to $1,000 for a ticket to be in the Manhattan Center where nothing happened. I'm not so sure about that back section. You can watch past streams, but they don't save them for, you know, indefinite like they do with YouTube. That's all white. Oh, you see, now I didn't even realize you could stream on both at the same time. Now, I've got a friend who's got a Twitch account, and I can tell you right now, his videos, after about 30 days, they drop away. So I don't know if he doesn't do enough work, hasn't been on there long enough, I don't know what the deal is. My cousin and I, we share this account. And he does stuff, and I know he's used Twitch. And it's not something he does daily. But, yeah, his stuff doesn't stay up indefinitely. Now, you can save clips. He's got clips that have been up there for years. So let's say you do a 2-hour stream and there's a couple of moments that you want to save. You can go back and then you can clip it up a little bit, and those clips will stay there, but the entire stream doesn't stay. At least not on his. Now, maybe you got to pay a fee or something. I don't know. But since I'm not monetizing anything, I'm certainly not paying anything. All right, that's a little better. Yeah, so that's my big thing. It's like I wouldn't want to do like a pay-per-view or even a regular weekly show, and then a month later it's gone, so people that start looking at the channel all of a sudden can't get caught up. So as I mentioned, this is the third run on YouTube with the invasions and video stories. So the first run lasted probably about a year, maybe a little more. And they started flagging me because I was, for those of you who have been around from day one, you might remember, when we were doing the TNA invasion angle, I would use video clips from TNA, but then I would voice over. So, for example, I'd have Jeff Jarrett doing his interview that took place on TNA, and I'd take the video of him doing an interview on TNA, but then I'd cut all the audio out, and I would do my own voiceover work on top of that, so that it would play into the storyline of what I was working. So that started getting flags, and had to X-nay and get out of that. And then I also posted some just old wrestling videos kind of separately, but on the same channel, of course. I had a real old Mid-South thing where Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant first time ever locked up in an arm wrestling contest that went bad. Go figure. Yeah, you know, when I saw the DX thing, again, I was really disappointed with what little they brought to the Manhattan Center. I didn't realize they were doing a 2-location shoot until the show kicked off. I hadn't paid. I've watched Raw in probably 6 months since Mania. Day after Mania is the last time I watched it. And so I didn't have any knowledge about the 2-location shoot going on. So when they opened up in the Manhattan Center, man, I was marking out on that. I thought that was a perfect idea. And I thought it said a lot that they'd cut out that much of an audience to go back to their roots. And then all of a sudden they go over to Brooklyn and I'm like, oh, no, this is never going to work. I mean, WrestleMania 2, if it taught us nothing, you have to be one event, one place. It just, when half the crowd has to watch it on TV, it's hard to keep the levels up. But I didn't see anything on that entire program that made me think, yeah, that was a good anniversary episode, because it wasn't. Just call a spade a spade. It wasn't good. I thought the opening segment was pretty good. I loved it when Austin looked damn good, doesn't he? Some bitch, he looks pretty he looks like he's ready to do a match. And I thought Vince was pretty damn funny as a senior citizen. I'm a member of the AARP. Notice how Stephanie just left the ring right away because she can't get stunned no more. Now there's no violence there when it comes to men on women. Bye, Enzo. You dumbass. Bada boom. Dumb as a broom. How you doing? I never liked Enzo Amore, man. I should have, man. He's from my neck of the woods, but couldn't stand him. You know, in my back of my mind, I'm like, you know, Trish Stratus is going to be in that Royal Rumble. There's no doubt in my mind. Michelle McCool probably will. It wouldn't surprise me either. If Trish Stratus is not in that Royal Rumble, I will be absolutely surprised beyond words. I think Layla Ali, I don't know if she's pregnant or anything, but as long as she's not, and she stayed in shape. See, that's the great thing about the Rumble. You can bring people back because there's no wrestling involved. It's not like you have to carry a 10-minute match. You could be in there for like 3 minutes, do almost nothing. Just don't kill yourself on the way out. Can't believe none of you guys called me out on the boot combination with the knee pads not being right. Of course, I got the figure standing like, 8 feet away from me. I could have looked over there and seen it. So, yeah, anyway. Yeah, DDP's still in good shape. I'll tell you what, I don't know if y'all have seen X-Pac, Sean Waltman there. He posted a recent picture of himself. Son of a bitch is in shape. Gives all the credit in the world, Diamond Dallas Page and the DDP Yoga, and I'm telling you, see some of these guys like Dustin Runnels and many others, Chris Jericho, all swearing that, you know, the reason they're able to still wrestle is because of the Diamond Dallas Page's yoga. Well, I'll tell you, after last night, I'd love to see Austin come back to the Rumble. So one of the other things I was going to mention in this video, the title says Future Shock, which of course I stole that from the old WCW NWA. But I'm just really amazed at how quickly this thing's starting to get like this snowball effect going on. And our sub count is just going up, and I'm having a great time with that. I'm loving it. And again, I have no intention of monetizing. Here's what I like about it. The bigger we get, the more powerful we become. And what I mean by that, we have some great commentary going back and forth in the chat boards during the live streams, things like that. And if you don't watch it live, then you don't see that. Those chats don't hang over to watching it 5 hours later. But you know, we had some good ideas come out of that just today alone. One of them was, I had Nikita Koloff coming out, and he had the Rusev entrance with the flag. Well, it's not the Russian flag that we all know from wrestling, but it's the only one we have an option on. Somebody was saying, why can't we just make it any nation's flag? I mean, they have all the flag designs in there. And I thought that was a really good idea. So as you build up viewership, as you get bigger, they pay attention a little bit. So you got channels out there like Smack Talk, and I'm sure most of you guys have checked in on Smack Talk here and there. And I'm not knocking the guy. Look, he's making money at what he does. I get it. And he's kind of in their back pocket a little bit because they give him all these exclusives, fly him out there, let him take a look at the stuff before it's released. He's not going to rip the game. Even when he does say something that's not overly flattering, it's always got some sort of a soft, pillowy cushion backing it up, and I get it. You know, if you want to get invited back next year, don't trash the game. I'm never going to be invited anywhere because I don't ever want to be in that position of feeling like, all right, I can't give my honest opinion because I owe them something. What I do want is to have enough subscribers where they have to listen to us a little bit. Because some of the things that I've been wanting for 3-4 years now wouldn't have been all that hard to do. You have it all. You know, the create a story mode, for the love of God, would you bring it back already? THQ had it. How hard can it be? They sucked. Ronda Rousey undefeated. All right, last I heard, Ronda's training. Is she doing something? I mean, she get in a ring and beat anyone? Did I miss it? I don't think they'd put her out there before the Rumble, that's for sure. Yo, Guy, am I going to be doing anything? I'm going to probably screw around a little bit. I'm not running a whole card or anything like that. I was just tweaking a couple of things that needed tweaking. Take a look at him though and see how he looks now that it's all fixed up. WrestleMania, why not? Stan Hansen, Hulk Hogan, I like that. Yeah, the UFC stuff, I got the last one. I won't get any more, though, because it's another EA conglomeration where they end up making you pay money to get the game to work right, and they're just so off the wall, EA, right now. They've completely lost touch. Yeah, Josh, thanks. I mean, it's just kind of the evolution of the channel. And I know I get sidetracked. I was talking about the original channel, so there were some videos over there that I had posted from the Mid South, things like that, and all of a sudden they started just like bopping strikes on me before I could pull them down. Next thing you know, that's it, it's gone. So that's when I came up with the second incarnation, and I don't even remember why. I think it might have been for some of the background music or something like that. But then they kicked me out of that channel as well. But here's the funny thing. I managed to find it. It's still there. Only problem is that channel was set up before you had to have a Gmail account. So it's got an old AOL account. You can't get into it anymore. It won't let me, normally like you forget your password, it'll send you the email to remind you. Well, it won't send an email to AOL anymore because that's long gone. It'll only send it to a Gmail account, so I have no way of going back into that channel to update anything or anything. But the videos are there, and that's the point I was making. I was actually watching some of the work I did back in the 2011 SmackDown vs. Raw season. For those of you guys that have been around a while, you remember that was when we had the Back to the Future season, where all of a sudden there was like a little time warp, and the superstars of the 70s and 80s were able to compete live with the superstars of the, I guess it would have been early 90s, where everybody was in their prime, and we had a WCW comeback. Well, what, it sucks that it's in limbo, but it's there. I mean, I was glad to go back and watch, and some of the stuff I was like, damn, that's not bad. The voice acting back then was horrible. But I thought some of the storylines were pretty good, actually. I was happy with them. Video quality sucked. Didn't have any high def back then. But if you guys want to check that out, just do a search for Invasion's End. One word. You'll probably find this one, and you'll also find that channel. You can find stuff back in 2011. That's the old channel. I had some of those microsodes, which were like self-contained episodes in one video. It was like an entire feud start to finish in one thing, and I like those a lot too. Forgot about those. There was stuff I did, some Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street stuff for the Halloween season. I'd forgotten about that. And sadly, I never kept a lot of that stuff on the video. I've got stuff from back around my ECW Invasion days, when I was getting into ECW a lot on our channel. That was the stuff that I still have on backup. The XCW run I did a couple years back there, I got that still backed up. But, yeah, all this other stuff. Wow, we really ready for the finish already. Hogan hits the ropes! Yeah, honest to God, I can't do it anymore. It hurts. The last time I was doing ECW, what, a year or so ago, I thought I was going to give myself a freaking aneurysm. It is just so much strain, and you're constricting everything in your upper body. I would get done with a stream, and I would have a headache for an hour. something else I wanted to grab real quick. Let's see if we can find it. But yeah, again, I just want to thank everybody out there for the continued support all these years later. And we were talking up earlier, I think it was yesterday's stream, about when I did my very first video, the very first Invasion's End video that the original channel was made for. And I had a couple of people help me out back then. We all did little parts of it and stuff like that. That would have been in 2004. So this is our 14th year, one way or another, of doing something wrestling related on the channel. This is the third channel we've done it on, but all through YouTube. We did a little stint on Blip. Even Blip changed their format around. They kicked us off. I never really liked Blip very much anyway, though. Let's take a look where we're at with the uploads. I'm still like, I don't know, 1,400 away from getting the last, I think Diamond, is that? Yeah, Diamond's the last one left. Oh, we're down to 1,300. We're getting there. Guys, if you see anything here that you want to download, go ahead and download it. Heck, even if you don't want to, download it and delete it. Just get the counts up so I can get that last line in there. And we've been getting some requests for jobbers. So I might put some of the job squad in this bottom stream here for Diamond. Baron's doing pretty good. Morocco hasn't done anything in a day. Yeah, you know what? I've looked at Xbox too. Xbox, it's got some pluses to it. But more and more, it's just like, I know this is, I'm a Sony guy. I'll always be a Sony guy. I've had PlayStations forever. Before that, I had Sega Genesis. All right, I need to see if somebody's got a picture up of Hogan's mustache. Thank you, Carvel. And I want to say I love your ice cream. Haven't had any of it in a long time. I need to go get me some. Oh, that's never gonna happen, buddy. Cross-platforming is a no-no. See, that's exactly it, Josh. It's not just about this game. It's about the games, the exclusive titles to Sony. There's nothing, I mean nothing, that Xbox has to compare. They have like one title. And it didn't do so well last time out from what I heard. I mean, just Naughty Dog alone is a reason to have a PS4. Yes, it is. Best damn ice cream in the world. Well, what's that, can't think of the name of it right now. Their big annual title, their version of Call of Duty. What is that thing? Halo, there you go. But from what I heard, the last Halo, people didn't like it so much. Again, I wouldn't know. I never got it, but... See, I don't want the whole face. I literally just want the mustache. No holds barred. There you go. That's old school. Yeah, I'll tell you, Naughty Dog, man. When they announced Last of Us 2, it's like, here's my wallet, just keep what you need and give me the rest back. Is there an E in mustache? I don't know, we'll find out in a minute. Feel like there is. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Guess I'm gonna have to make my own. Call of Duty, don't get me started, man. I bought World War II, I'm done. I'll never buy another one of their games again. What a hunk of shit. I didn't even get through the single-player campaign. I just couldn't care less about it anymore. Kind of like that Paul Jones. I have nowhere to put him, though. I've got a full roster. There's a couple of guys they got up here that I wouldn't mind using. I just don't have any room for them. Tanaka and Diamond, man. Steve Williams. Yeah, I'll tell you, I was excited for it because the way it looked in the promos is that it was going to be Star Wars Battlefield for World War II. And that's not the way the game plays at all. And apparently, and what I know, I wasn't playing it back in the day. Actually, The Last of Us was the reason I ever started playing anything other than wrestling and hockey. That's all I used to buy. It was 2 games a year. WWE, well, maybe a couple more, depending if WCW put a video game out, but I'd get wrestling games, and I'd get NHL hockey, and that was pretty much it. Once in a while, I'd get Madden. But now, because of Last of Us, shit, you gotta get another hard drive with more terabytes. Look, this is another one I really want to use. I just don't have any room for him. The Tonga Kid, man, he came out good. Man, I could totally use him with Jimmy Snuka, but I don't have anywhere to put him. Yeah, I'll tell you, nothing surprises me anymore. Here's another one I kind of wanted to use, but again, I got nowhere to put them. Came out really good. Yeah. I haven't bought NHL in 3 years now. But I got to admit, I love it. Pretty solid Elizabeth right there. Yeah, well, I got news for you, man. My universe is a little funky right now. If you were watching the stream a couple weeks ago where it locked me out and I couldn't get back into the universe, I had to completely delete it. But fortunately, I had a backup version of it saved in one of the other slots. Wasn't complete, but at least it saved me a lot of time putting teams together and stuff like that. Well, ever since the Survivor Series, you can see for yourself what happens. So the Survivor Series, I'm putting teams of 4-on-4, and it gave you the option of making it a title match. And I was like, ooh, this is cool. We can put tag team titles on the line where maybe the tag champs don't even have to lose the titles. So that's what we did. And it got all screwy, which is why it's like the tag team for the LWF was Paul Orndorff and Cowboy Bob Orton. They were the tag team chasing, or they were tag team chasing the champs. And Piper was kind of there in their corner. Well, it's Piper, Orndorff, Orton, and whoever the fourth guy was, I don't remember now, going up against the Bulldogs and whoever else. Orton and Orndorff end up winning. But I think Piper scored the pinfall, so Piper and Bob Orton end up getting the belts. All that said, now watch what happens when I go into the universe mode. So this one over here has got the NWA and the AWA, and I had to delete it and rebuild it. And I did that by copying this, because originally I had all of it here. I had Florida here, NWA, AWA, LWF all in the first slot. But as we could go back to the earlier videos this season, you'll see Luger would come out with the Florida Championship on the NWA programming, and I didn't want that. So I had to actually build a second complete season. Well, when this one locked up, I deleted it, and then I copied this, pasted it here, and then just rebuilt it from that point on. But whether I get into this one or this one, watch what happens. Tells you that a single champion is assigned to a tag team title. If left the match, the rivalry won't trigger correctly, yada, yada, yada. First off, it's not true, because I have disbanded the tag team. And then I put Piper and Orton back together as a tag team without Orndorff even in the picture. And the message still comes up. Doesn't seem to affect anything, and they still do the universe mode. The universe mode just happens to suck. But if I do either the first one or the third one, I get the same message. I haven't even booked this one up yet. Let's see what we got going here. Let's see what the game decided to go with. Raleigh, North Carolina. Which show is this? This is the house show. Oh, it's one-on-one. I thought it was tag team. I think we're going to change that up a little bit. All right, let's get rid of this. We'll keep Flair and Luger. What the hell? North Carolina. Look at that. I went up there for vacation about 3 or 4 years ago. Best time I ever had in my life, man. I wouldn't want to be there in the winter time because those roads are fucking hazardous. But man, we did everything. Whitewater rafting, went up in the Smokies, the whole thing. Gorgeous. It was a tag team matchup. We do the Fantastics. They're on a roll right now. Spoiler alert, If anyone didn't watch the U.S. Tag Team Title Tournament, this is your warning, because we're going to talk about it. In 3, 2, 1. Fantastics made it to the finals, which will be decided at the Clash of the Champions. And that'll be in about 2.5, 3 weeks. Yeah, you know what? Everybody's got stuff they take for granted at home. You know, I live in Florida. We got all the attractions in the world around here. We got damn near anything you can want.
What the Rock is cooking.
You know, I was mentioning, I was watching some of the old videos from 2011 on the old channel. My lack of geography and arenas wasn't going well. There was a big feud taking place between Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, go figure, right? But it built up pretty well. I was happy with the storyline. And back then, again, you had create a story mode, so you could just do a promo video, a real promo video, properly. And storylines, properly. But I had it in my head that the Greensboro Coliseum was in South Carolina. And I said it through every one of those promos for about 3.5 weeks. All right, we'll set them up against Arn and Tully, I think. I totally misread that. I thought you wrote down, everyone loves to strip, but since I work in, I'd rarely care to visit. I'm like, what? Josh, for a moment there, I had this mental picture of you on a pole. That's all I'm saying. I kind of want to go to Vegas at some point in time. I don't do a lot of traveling because I'm just not big on it. I'm a homebody. I like chilling out at the house. I got the dogs. The idea of getting, groped at airline security and shit like that. Having somebody lose my luggage. Go on a trip, spend $1,000. I can put that into my house, get a new room done or something. Gonna get Ricky and Robert. They're at 88s, man. They should be doing a little better than they've been doing. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? That's what we gotta do. Oh, I gotta do the bandana for Dennis Condrey too. Now we got those rock and roll bandanas. They look a lot better. Gonna make it for the title. What the hell? Yeah, I love how it does that too. If you put the Rock and Roll Express to come, or the challengers to come in second, it'll leave the manager on the left side of the screen and just flip the champions to the other side. Very astute observation. Originally from Long Island, New York. Been in Florida about 20 years, give or take, though. I cannot do Sting. Sorry, man. See who we want to promo. Anybody? The house show. Do we need a promo? Sam Houston made a hell of a showing for himself, didn't he? Won't let me remove it, huh? Hate when it puts those mandatory ones in there. Yeah, I would say a good 6 months of the year, I'd probably love being in Carolina. I don't know about the winter months, though. Yeah, I've already got a bunch of tag team matches. Yeah, well, you know what? You can't get away from your history. But they do a good job of trying. Alright, let's go with the... I don't even mind winter. I mean, I grew up playing hockey, so the cold doesn't bother me. But man, when we went up to the mountains there, those freaking roads, the thought of being on those roads with snow or ice, man, it's like a 200-yard drop to your death. Who are we going to feed to Vader? Now there'd be a rematch for you. Gotta do it. Let's see if his run of good luck continues. Wow. You know, the funny thing is this. A friend of mine goes camping every year, goes up there. Every year, I was coaching his kid at the time, and every year it'd be like, come on up with us, come on up with us. They camp, man. They do that real camping shit where you put backpacks on and climb up mountains. And I like my electronics, man. There's no PlayStation up in the mountains. But this one year, I finally broke down and I gave in. I was doing it, and the whole way up the mountain, I was telling myself, man, I cannot wait for the day we come back down, which is going to be like 3 days later. After we finally made it to the top of this 6-mile journey, and I thought I was going to have a friggin' coronary, we were listening to the NBA playoffs on a little hand-turned radio. It didn't come with batteries. You just keep on cranking it up for every hour or so. You'd re-crank it. Got a fire going, listening to the game on the radio, and it's like it was one of the best memories I will ever have. By the end of the third day, heading back down to the car, I was actually resenting the technology that I was going back to, because while we were up there, there was no news. There was no worrying about North Korea. There was no worrying about some jackass with a truck. None of that. It was just you and God and the wilderness, and it was amazing. So I understand those people that go camping now. I didn't used to understand it, but now I do. Yeah, man, it was. And definitely, if you get a chance, I highly recommend it. Then on the way down, we did the white water rafting. And I'll tell you, if I did live there, every weekend I'd be getting me my little canoe or kayak and get out there, and I'd be going. That was some of the best fun I've had. White water rafting, do it. I don't know what the over-under is on old Sam in this one, but I got a funny feeling it's going to be like Houston, we have a problem. Well, it makes you appreciate things, that's true, but it also makes you resent things. See, that one's going to give me that same warning. By the way, they have the 1.08 or 1.8 update for the game. Came out like a day or so ago. And I'm reading the patch notes. Holy cow. I thought I had issues. What do we got there? Oh, I like that. Florida heavyweight champion and his brother against the House of Humperdinck. Change that out. Definitely going to change. They keep wanting to throw an 8-man battle royal every time. Oh man, it patched up. I guess a lot of people are having all kinds of problems. Similar to the one that I was just saying, but not quite the same. Hold on a minute, I got it here still, I think. Get your popcorn ready, here we go. fixes and improvements. It's not an improvement if you put out a piece of shit. Addressed an issue that prevented users from deleting created superstars tied to deleted universes. It fixed an issue that caused pay-per-view stars to be lost when losing internet connection, which as many times as my internet screwed up in the last month, I'm surprised I didn't have that problem. It addressed an issue resulting in, this one I did see. It addressed an issue resulting in the barricade piece appearing in the middle of the ring in the create a video. So going back to the recent video I did where the Horseman turned on Luger, I had to use the create a video thing to make that happen. That used to be called create a story mode. And because they have all the cutscenes and everything, why the hell can't they just do what used to be done? But when I was trying to make certain cutscenes, yeah, the guardrail was right in the middle of the ring. And I was like, well, that sucks. So at least they fixed that, allegedly. I guess I can go check it out. And then added various other general bug fixes throughout the game. Well, that's not too vague, is it? And then minor bug fixes and game improvements. Well, thanks for clearing that all up. Yet, after you shake hands before a match, you both still appear in the same fucking corner. Can you fix that, maybe? Give him the green jumpsuit for this one. I forgot who did this Barry Windham, but man, it came out so good. I thought I was going to stick with the one I had early on, but I just couldn't turn this one down. It's not an act of God, it's an act of we suck. Alright. Debating on how I want to do this. Are we able to set up a gauntlet match this year with the match creator?
He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man, working hard for the
Well, the WWE games are bad because they don't give a shit. NBA is their franchise. NBA is their moneymaker, and that will always be their #1 focus. They actually do okay with this game because there are a lot of people out there that, like myself, we know it's a piece of shit. We know they're going to screw us over, but we're going to get it. And that's just, they rely on that, and it's working for them. I can tell you this right now, Star Wars Battlefront, EA is going to lose their ass on that with their next rendition because I don't think people are going to buy it. I certainly am not going to buy it. I don't know, a lot of people seem to say that it's a pretty solid game. The problems they have with it is the same as all these other ones now where they're micromanaging you out of your wallet. I haven't even looked at a Madden game. I can't even tell you how long. 2004, I think, would have been the last time I bought it. Yeah, I mean, Battlefront is... There are elements of it that are okay. Not the multiplayer. That's trash. Multiplayer is absolutely trash. But the fact that you have to spend ridiculous amounts of time to unlock Darth Vader. I mean, give me a fucking break. Yeah, well, that's kind of the same logic I think a lot of people have, and it's sad when that's their, they rely on that and they know that that's going to be what happens. Yeah, one of the last patch updates, supposedly, on title matches on the load-in screen was supposed to have the championship belt showing, which it doesn't do that. Like, it'll show here, but not once you go into the match. Took the belt off Tyree Pride yesterday. One man gang. He's already busy. Oh, thanks, man. No, Carville, I don't think they're going to talk to me right now. I'm busy. It's hard to ask them, hey, I got some news for you. It's like, yeah, you're the guy that says we suck. No, thanks. I'm pretty sure during one of my early streams this season, I wish they would all go down on a plane. Oh, thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. And not all of these are my creation. A lot of them are, but there's several that I got from Tongue List. You can check his stuff out if you're on PlayStation. It's Tunglist. He's got some really good stuff, too. Almost all the Florida stuff is mine. Kevin Sullivan isn't, but almost all the Florida stuff I use is mine. Yeah, I'd be really concerned if you were listening to it work while stripping. Well, and that's the idea, Carvel. I'm thinking that if we start getting in the thousands at some point in time down the road, that is going to get their attention a little bit more. And I'm willing to be open-minded. I mean, do I bash the shit out of them? Yeah, but it frustrates the crap out of me that in this day and age, I mean, they're now releasing video and promos for the PS5, which granted it's about 2 years at least away. But how is it you can't provide us with the same quality of game that THQ had 4 years ago? How do you not have the same features that they had 4 years ago? It makes no sense. They have the cutscenes. Use them. Let us make a season. Let us make a story mode. Like we used to do. Let us book the actual match and the outcome. If I want a guy to run in and cost someone the match, you know, things like that. Heaven forbid, you got to put a little extra work in. I already forgot what I was doing here. Because believe me, the last thing I want to do in any way is help them make more money on this game. But my channel was built on this game, and I took 1 year off because the game was so bad I didn't even buy it. And I did Fire Pro Wrestling that year, and nobody was digging Fire Pro besides me. I liked it, but numbers definitely didn't support it, and I didn't gain any subs on it. Got the Mike Graham match, using them. Tag team. What's up, Pillar to Post? Blackjack again. All right, man. Glad to hear it. Trying to figure out who we're going to match Blackjack Mulligan up with here in the Florida area. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that happens a lot. The only way to avoid that is to actually book all the matches. It won't edit the ones that you book. That's one of the reasons why on this one that I'm booking right now, I like this match a lot. And I said to myself, if I don't book it myself, it'll end up getting switched out to something that I don't like, and then I'll forget what match it was. So that's why I went back and rebooked the same match. I just added Sir Oliver Humperdinck is the only difference. But as long as you actually do the booking, it'll keep it. Yep. Well, we keep saying it, but that's like I said. As this channel continues to grow, and I'd love to see a thing get even bigger. I know that I've got a bit of a narrow cast in the sense that we're talking about old school wrestling from the 80s, and there's not a ton of people interested in watching this kind of content. You know, I don't see it ever hitting the million mark for sure. We are a very niche group. But I do think we can get a couple thousand over time, maybe even a little more, who knows. I was watching another YouTuber who's very successful, and she was talking about how she built up her channel. One of the comments she made is the first 1,000 are the hardest, and after that it just snowballs. And I've been feeling like it's been snowballing ever since this game came out, this year's edition. I haven't looked at the count in over a week and a half until today, and it's like, holy shit, we're almost 700. And again, that's all thanks to you guys, because I do not advertise in any way, shape, or form. That's why when I do my streams, if people jump in there and like, hey, check out my channel, to me, that's just bad form. I never do that to anybody else. I don't want no one doing it on mine. For those of you guys that are moderators, that's, you know, just, I don't want to kick people out of a stream over it, but I definitely want to erase the comment, because I just, you know, make your own content, build your own channel. Don't go hijacking other people's work. And I don't think everybody does it intentionally. I think they legitimately just want to tell people they don't know another way of doing it. Yeah, see, that's another one saying the same thing, so. We got that to look forward to, I guess. At the rate it's been going up, let's see, we're 200 since what, October? I don't know, maybe by the summer. By SummerSlam, you know? I would say definitely by 2K19. Which, by the way, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for next season. Where are all my Florida guys? Thanks, man. Yeah, I think it will. I just didn't used to even imagine it back in the day. I'm also looking at building a studio. I'm pretty good with technology when it comes to operating it. I don't necessarily know all the ins and outs of what I should get to do what I want to do. One of the things I want to do is run it through a computer, obviously. So the PS4 would run through the computer. That software would be what streams out to YouTube, where I can control what comes up on the screen. So, for example, I can put a title page up so that you wouldn't see the next match coming up and what it is. So if I want to have a mystery tag team partner, I can't really do that now because you're going to see the matchup screen. It's going to tell you who the partner is. So if I can pull up the screen real quick and have it pop up there with just like the logo or something like that, and then once the game goes into the entrances, I pop back out to the live feed. At that point, you still don't know who the mystery partner is, and it'll be, you know, a little bit more of a realistic effect. We can use Superstar. He did some time in Florida. Well, you know what? I do have the Twitter feed, and most of the people that I've got that I follow on there, which I really don't follow, I never look at the Twitter feed myself very much. But the Twitter feed is all hooked up to guys like JR and a couple of wrestlers, not a lot. I mean, several different ones, but so it would be kind of funny if one of them sees the Twitter pop saying, hey, live broadcast starting in 10 minutes or whatever it is, and click on the link and see it. Not really, because if you have him in a hood, he's going to be in a hood. And not only that, but then I've got to burn another call slot that I don't have. And besides, if I do hook it up through the computer the way I want to do it, then I can start using real music again, you know, their actual theme songs. This is what I was talking about. People wonder why I have the word superstar there and not their names. So there's Frankie Williams, but at the same time, I can make him be the Shadow. So I get 2 for 1 that way. It gives me extra slots. So if I have, I think, 5 call slots for jobbers, that actually gives me 10 jobbers. All right, that's all good. Pretty good card, man. Looking forward to it. Carvel, who were you referring to? I might have missed the name. Oh, corny. Well, you know what? Honest to God, I think Cornette would appreciate it because he hears a lot of these other guys tell him, you know, the Triple H's of the world, that it's not 1980 anymore. No, it's not 1980 anymore. But guess what? it was good shit back in 1980, and it's not anymore. Part of the reason 1980 was good is you didn't have the internet. You didn't blow kayfabe out the door. But even with that said, kayfabe was gone, and ECW rocked. Ring of Honor still does pretty good. It can happen. It's just, I'll tell you what I thought was brilliant was the UK wrestling. The WWE UK wrestling. Because they treated it like a sport. They actually did. It was almost like watching Ultimate Fighter, man. They had these little video packages about the wrestlers' backgrounds, you know, showing them coming out of their houses and the lives they lead and the jobs they had to work to get to be in wrestling. It was great. It wasn't a bunch of guys, you know, driving cars into ambulances or stupid shit like that. It was just real people. I'm surprised. I thought they were going to be showing a lot more UK on the network, but unless I've been missing it, I don't see it. All right, guys, I think I'm going to have to wrap it up at about there. I got to get some stuff done here, and then I got to get ready for work. So once again, thank you all so very much for your continued support. Get the word out there. You got some old school wrestling fans, friends of yours. Tell them to check us out, see if they like it enough to stick around. Meantime, get out on that community page if you're on the PlayStation and download some of that content. Even if you just delete it 2 minutes later, it won't hurt my feelings. I just want to get those numbers done so I can get that last line of Diamond up so I can finish that up. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for the positive reinforcement and all the support. It means a lot. It really does. Appreciate all of you. All right, have a great rest of the day, and I'll be back soon with more. Take it easy.